is worth a ton of cure.
ShopRite has always been here for you, and we're committed to bringing you the best value. Get more for less with our Essentials combo. That includes 10 kilos Rice King rice, 3 kilos Polana pasta elbows, 10 kilos Top Score maize meal, 10 kilos Buck Pro Fed Cooked flour mix, and 10 kilos Sugar King white or brown sugar. All for $530. Save $66. Only at ShopRite.
As you are watching this video, a child is being sexually exploited on the internet. You may have received a link, seen a pop-up, or come across sexual content involving a child. Every time you watch this content, this child is being abused again and again. You can do something about it. Simply visit Lifeline Childline's website and report anonymously. Copy-paste the link to the abusive content and click on Submit Report. Or visit your nearest police station. By doing this, you help remove the content and save this child from exploitation. Be the change. End violence online.
Welcome to my Zone Online School. My name is Phineas Majon. With me here, I've got my friend Chanel. We're going to be together throughout the lesson. But before we go any further, we are supposed to start by sanitizing our hands. When we are sanitizing our hands, we are supposed to start by spraying inside the palm. After spraying inside the palm, we rub right round all the fingers. When you are done, we are supposed to maintain social distance. I think it's fine now. Today, we are focusing on lesson 3, ordering and comparing numbers. Today's lesson is going to focus on comparing and ordering numbers. We are going to start with comparing numbers. We compare numbers to see which one is big, which one is small, or whether the numbers are of the same size. Basically, when we are comparing numbers, we use signs. These signs are the ones which we use. The first one here is called greater than. The second one is called less than. Then the last one is called equal to. We use greater than when you are starting with a big number, followed by a smaller number. We use less than when you are starting with a smaller number, followed by a bigger number. We use the equal sign when the numbers are of the same size. So basically we are saying these signs, greater than or less than, they are always pointing at a smaller number. I've got some examples which are here, which you are supposed to put some answers. Michelle, can you help us to come and put answers? Oh, the chalk is there, it's okay. Yeah, take them up. Let us look at the work which she did. Here we have 175 and we are having 50. We are starting with a bigger number here, then followed by a smaller number. So we are using the first sign, which is greater than. This is correct. Then the second one, we are starting with a smaller number, followed by a bigger number. So we are using the less than sign. Here, these two numbers are equal, of the same size. That is why we use the equal sign. Let us go to page 12. On page 12, we are having examples which are there. Compare the following by the use of greater than, less than, or equal to. Number 1, we are having 2 and 8. We see that 2 is smaller than 8, so we are going to use the less than sign. Then let us go to number 2. We are having 82 and 68. By comparing the two numbers, we see that the first one is bigger than the second one. So we are going to use the bigger than sign. On number 3, we are having 921 and 780. We will see that 921 is bigger than 780. Then on number 4, we are having 7,234 and 7,324. When we are comparing these two numbers, we will see that they are also having 7,000. Then the difference is on 200 and 300. So the second one is bigger than the first one. So we use the less than sign, which will be pointing at the smaller number there, which is beginning. Then on number 5, we are having 15,219 and 15,219, which means the two numbers are equal. Let us now go to page 13. There's an activity there. I will only do A, then you do the rest on your own. On A, we are having 25 and 23. We see that 25 is bigger than 23. Then you are supposed to do the other work on your own. Now we are focusing on ordering numbers. When you are ordering numbers, we are arranging numbers. So there are two ways of arranging numbers. You can arrange from the smallest to the biggest, and that is called ascending order. Then the other way of arranging numbers is descending order. When you are putting numbers in descending order, you are starting with the biggest to the smallest. Let us look at the numbers which are on the chalkboard. We are having 30, 15, 20, 5, 10, and 25. We are supposed to arrange those numbers in ascending order, meaning to say we are going to start from the smallest to the biggest. Chanel, can you come and arrange these numbers in ascending order? You start from here. Thank you very much. She did it very well. After arranging like this, you are supposed to see whether you manage to put all the numbers. Let's check the 5 is there. The 10 is there. 15 is there. 20 is there. 25 is there. 30 is there. If you look at these numbers, you see that their size is increasing as you go up. If you move from 5 to 10, it means these numbers are going up. That is what we do when you are putting numbers in ascending order. We are supposed to check and see whether their values are going up or are going down. Let us now go to descending. Descending order, we are starting from the biggest to the smallest. We are having the same numbers again, but this time we are starting from the biggest to the smallest. Can you come again and put those numbers in descending order? Start from the biggest to the smallest. Yeah, that's excellent. Thank you so much. Let us come here. You will see that our numbers are decreasing. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. So that is what we do when you are putting numbers in descending order. So you'll be able to see that descending order is the opposite of ascending order. Here we are starting from the biggest to the smallest. Here we are starting from the smallest to the biggest. Let us go to page 13. On page 13, we are supposed to arrange numbers in ascending order. The first example is having 10, 50, 30, 40, and 20. If you look at that example, you will be able to see that the smallest number there is 10. Then from 10, we go to 20. From 20, 30. The following, 40. Then finally, we go to 50. If you go to B, we are having 234, 238, 240, 236, 232. So the smallest number there will be 232, followed by 234, 236, 238, then the last one will be 240. Then on C, the first number is 1,000, second one, 5,000, third one, 3,000, 4,000, and finally 2,000. Then the smallest number there is 1,000, followed by 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. So if you look at the pattern of those numbers, they are all going up. Then the last one is 15,937, 17,213, 16,000, and 18,123. Then the last one, 20,145. So the smallest number there will be 15,987, followed by 16,089. Then we go to 17,213, 18,123. Then the last one will be 20,145. So now we are done with ascending order. Our next examples now are going to focus on descending order. Descending means we are arranging numbers from the biggest to the smallest. Our first example is having 1, 7, 5, 9, 8, and 15. So from there, the biggest number will be 15, the second one 9, 8, 5, then finally go to 1. Let us go to the next page, which is page 14. On page 14, we are having 560, 599, 450, 345, 489. Now, we want to select the biggest. The biggest number there. The biggest number is supposed to be 599, followed by 560, followed by 489, then we go to 450. The last one is 345. Number C, we are also putting it in descending order. We will start with the biggest number, which is 42,763, followed by 27,114, 16,978, then the last one will be 9,627. Then we are having activity 2. On activity 2, we are going to do number 1 together, then you are going to do the rest on your own. On number 1, we are supposed to put the number in ascending order, meaning to say you are supposed to start from the smallest to the biggest. So the smallest number there is 12, followed by 14, then we go to 16, 18, 20. When you are done with activity 2, we are having our memorandum on page 15. That one will help you to come up to check whether your answers are correct or wrong. We have come to the end of our lesson. So now let us sanitize our hands. Just maintain social distance. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Josie and I am back. My mommy used to tell me that I need to wash my hands and sanitize it to keep the germs away. Also, one thing you can remember is to sing the alphabet song while you wash your hands. After that it will be super clean. I usually do it. And until next time, bye!
We know the world is a crazy place right now, but don't panic. Take a breath, slow down, or better yet, stop completely. We'll still be here when everything settles down. In this time of uncertainty, look to nature. She has all the answers, you know. We're not only giving ourselves time to reset, we're giving nature time to restore, revive, restart. We're saving ourselves and we're saving the world. Stay home now so that we can welcome you to Namibia again soon. Yes, the world's a crazy place right now, but don't despair. Find the joy, cherish hope, breathe. Take a moment, take a few, and someday soon you'll once again be able to stare in wonder at this magnificent view. The world's a crazy place right now, but don't worry, we'll still be here. We'll see you again soon.
COVID-19 affects people very differently. Many people show no symptoms at all, but some are hospitalised for weeks. So what does the disease do to your body? The coronavirus enters through the mouth, nose or eyes. It then usually attaches itself to cells lining the nose, throat, airways or lungs. It can turn these cells into factories that multiply and spread the virus. For the majority, a fever, cough and breathlessness are as bad as it gets. But the virus can damage the small blood vessels lining the lungs and initiate clotting. The alveoli are tiny air sacs where oxygen goes into the blood. If they become inflamed, it can trigger pneumonia. Seriously ill patients need to be given oxygen as the lungs fill with fluid and debris.
I legit couldn't breathe. My oxygen meter was measuring under 88% oxygen levels, which is very dangerous. And the only time I ever thought my life was in danger was at that point.
COVID-19 doesn't just affect the lungs. It can also disrupt the immune system, which is used by the body to fight illnesses. Cytokines are part of the immune system that find and signal infections. For some people with severe COVID-19, this system can go into overdrive. If too many cytokines build up, it can cause an overreaction that damages healthy cells. This is called a cytokine storm for the most severe cases. COVID-19 can lead to seizures or even a coma. It can also cause brain problems that lead to strokes. The immune system overreacting can cause clots that stop the blood supply to parts of the brain. Brain inflammation, psychosis and dementia-like symptoms can also affect seriously ill patients. The average length of the illness is 14 days, but many people have symptoms for much longer. Breathing problems and post-viral fatigue last for months in some cases.
I cannot walk for long simply because I will feel a little bit short of breath and I feel the need to sit down. And that's something that has never happened to me before.
Some of the people who are most likely to develop severe symptoms are older adults and those with underlying health conditions. It's not fully known how anyone will react to COVID-19 until they get it. So it's important for everyone to follow health guidance. What precautions are you taking to stay safe?
My name is Ban Ki-moon. I am Secretary General of the United Nations. I was born in Korea. I was 6 years old when the Korean War started. We had to run from our homes to the mountainside. We could see my village burning. The United Nations saved my family and my country. In my time as a Secretary General, I have been moved by the horrors of humanity, and I have been inspired by his heroes. I have wept at the memorials for victims in Auschwitz, Srebrenica, and Rwanda. I have dealt with tragedies that have gone on for decades and disasters that destroyed the whole societies overnight. I have also mourned too many courageous United Nations staff members who died serving the cause of peace. I believe in having a young mindset. This means standing up to injustice. I hope I will never be too old to ask leaders tough questions. I hope I will always have the energy to speak out for what is right. I think that keeps us young.
The mighty Zambezi River, the longest east-flowing river in Africa, a river that flows through 6 countries, home to a plethora of wild species of fauna and flora, a lifeline for many people whose livelihoods are dependent on the abundance the river brings. Globally, communities who live along rivers rely on these rivers to survive. Communities living along the Zambezi call it the river of life, bringing water for their crops and fish as their main protein source. In Namibia, a country situated in sub-Saharan Africa, the Zambezi River sits at the heart of Kaza, the Kavango-Zambezi Trans-Frontier Conservation Area, which is one of the greatest conservation areas on Earth, a stronghold for very many of our most iconic wildlife. I'm right now where the river forms the border between Namibia and Zambia. This enormous water body provides sustenance to a wide array of wildlife, bird and fish species. It's also a lifeline for human beings.
The same communities are the people also who are doing the illegal activities.
The price of fishing has gone up because fish has become scarce.
The more they finish this, the more our life gets harder and harder.
These days, it is very rare to get a big bream, unless in those protected areas.
A small group of community members, together with non-governmental organizations like Namibia Nature Foundation, are fighting back.
We have to start thinking out of the box, to be honest, because what's going to happen is going to be out of this box that we haven't seen before.
By creating protected areas, monitoring and patrolling, fish stocks have a chance at recovery. These are the stories of the people fighting for the continued existence of their community.